All right, ladies and gentlemen, last one for this section. We're going to be asked to make a prediction based on what we have here. So we asked 75 randomly chosen students how many movies they watch each week. Now, students, for the most part, especially if we're talking high school, they have more control over their time. So they're not going to really be a bias there just because they're students. So freshman is just as valid as sophomore, as junior, as senior. So non-bias, check. So here's my checklist: non-bias, check. But Mr. Spees, it doesn't ask us to check the bias. Here's the thing: anytime you're going to be asked to make a prediction, or anytime you're going to be told information in statistics form, you need to be saying, okay, I need to know if this was a valid study, if it was a valid survey. I can't even begin to tell you how important it is in today's age. It's absolutely right to question every percent that's put in front of you, whether it's the news, whether it's the school, whether it's a doctor, whether it's a lawyer, a teacher, president of the United States, Queen of England, even though Parliament has more power. You get the idea, okay? It's perfectly right, and it should be acceptable and should be done that anytime you're given a percent, that you question the validity of the survey. And there's those three things. Is there a bias? Were enough people asked? And did you ask everyone, or did you take a small sample? Now, that one towards validity is not as important, but the larger the group asked, the more accurate response we can expect, okay? So number one, was there a non-bias? Yes. Were there 30 plus people? Yes. Okay. And then the last one was the whole or everyone? Was everyone asked? No. Awesome. We want that one to be no, because we'll get into it later. You don't want to ask everyone when it comes to a survey, because then you don't, we'll get into it later. So you asked 75 randomly chosen students how many movies they watch each week. There are 1,200 students in the school. Predict the number of students in the school who watch one movie per week. So over here, we have one movie, we have 0 movies, and we have 2 or more movies. This one would have been me. Even as a kid, I watched 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 movies. I still do that kind of today. They just run in the background and do different things. They're more noise, ambient almost. So what we've got to do is we have to say that 75 were chosen and predict one per week. Who watch one movie per week. Green. Oh my goodness, I couldn't find that. All right, we're talking about green. So really what we're looking for is the number of students who watched a movie out of the 75. And that's basically, we're going back to 7th grade math, and we're going to, I don't know. Oh, that's why it somehow got moved into a dashed line equals, here we go. Let's use a color that's not on there. And out of 1,200, out of 1,200, knowing there was, that's what I'm looking for, eraser. My variable should actually be over here. What out of 1,200 is the same thing as 21 out of 75? I got so fixated on too many different things, I didn't even set it up right to begin with, but at least I was able to catch myself, right? So I had 21 people, because that's what it tells me right here, watching one movie, but we asked 75. So again, we have the number in the category. We'll say category of, in this case, it was a category of one movie out of the number asked. This is our ratio. And we're asking what is going to be the same if we said, okay, this is a good survey. How many can we expect to actually watch one movie a week when it's 1,200, not just 75? So what we can do here is we can cross multiply. So I'm going to get 75x. And I'm going to get 1200 times 21. Now, I'm going to turn on my handy-dandy calculator, and I'm going to do 1200 times 21 and get 25,200. Now, I'm going to bring these down. Let's go for a color I haven't used yet. And just bring them down here. 25,200 equals 75x. Now here I'm going to recognize that I have 75 x's, but I need to know how much 1 is. So in order to get 1, when I'm multiplying, I have to divide 75. But what I do to one side, I have to do to the other. And that way I can keep balance. So if I take 25,200 divided by 75, that's going to be 336 is going to equal that x. And I got to remember, this x represented the number of students expected to watch one movie per week out of 1,200 students. So here's my answer. It's 300. I can expect 336 students in that school to watch one movie a week because 21 out of 75 confirmed or said that they watch one movie a week. All right, guys, stay safe out there. Keep working hard. You're doing awesome. We're almost to the end.